So I had this deal with my team where I would write a problem on the board, and here were my rules. There weren't a lot of rules. But my rules around problems on the board, it was something the business, our client, the White House, had not asked us for. And it was not hair on fire. It was just something we knew we wanted to be better at. The ground rules were, don't worry about budget, don't worry about politics, don't worry about dumb ideas, don't worry about a deadline. How do you like those rules? Okay, that's creativity and innovation, right? So I write it on the board, and I said, whenever you get time, think about this, all ideas on the table. So about 3 weeks goes by, and my team comes in, and they said, ma'am, we think we have the solution to the BlackBerry problem. And I said, awesome, what is it? And they said, well, we've decided that when senior staff sees us coming, we want them to feel about us the way we do when we get a Happy Meal. And I'm waiting because, well, first of all, you guys have to understand, I'm a vegetarian, so the whole Happy Meal thing's kind of lost on me anyways. They don't really do carrots and celery in the Happy Meals. But so I'm going, okay, I'm listening. Are we hugging senior staff? I mean, we could try the hugging. I don't know how well that's going to go over with Cheney, but we could try it. I mean, we could try it. So, and they said, no. Think about it. When you get the Happy Meal, the beef is the substance of the meal. So that would be our security briefing. But then you've got games and toys, and so you kind of have this fun thing that's left over long after the meal. And then they showed me their Happy Meal collection of toys, which was interesting. So I said, okay, what do you want to do? So they came up with the idea. I went to senior staff, and we always piloted ideas, right? 13 components. You got the president, vice president's office. Because I always say, if you're going to fail, fail fast and fail small, not colossal, right? So we always piloted. So I got permission to pilot in one of the components that was getting a lot of new BlackBerries. We go in, and here's how the briefing now works. Hi, senior staff, XYZ person. I'm Sally. I'm here to brief you. This is your BlackBerry Happy Meal. It was a Ziploc 1-gallon see-through baggie. Inside, we would pull out the BlackBerry, hand them the BlackBerry. We had a business card. It had a phone number and 2 points on it. Didn't say White House in case it got lost or stolen. And then all around the BlackBerry were White House M&Ms, White House peanuts, raisins, I mean anything, pens, pencils. It truly was a BlackBerry Happy Meal. So they hand them the briefing card, and they say, please put this in your wallet, 2 key points. This phone number on the back, this is your one-stop shop. This is the number to call. If your BlackBerry is lost or stolen, call us right away, because if you do, chances are we might be able to find it for you, and if not, we can take measures to protect the device until you have it back. Second thing, if you go on a foreign trip for personal or for work, this may not be the right device for you. Call this number, and we will make sure you're connected to home and work while you're traveling overseas. Now, do you think having that quick briefing plus the goodie bag, did people call us sooner to tell us their BlackBerry was missing? Do you think yes? Yeah, they did. As a matter of fact, we went from the average of 18 within this control group down to 2 hours pretty quickly, okay? But an unexpected benefit happened because Susie is a very busy executive in this component, and she's not done looking at her goodie bag. So Susie takes it with her to the next meeting, puts it down on the table, and she's sitting across from Bob, who is in a component who is not in the pilot. Bob now has BlackBerry Happy Meal envy. What's that? He says to Susie. Susie says, it's my BlackBerry Happy Meal. Bob says, I've had a BlackBerry for a year. Susie now feels superior, and she says, well, I went through the security briefing. You must have blown it off. He says, I sat through 45 minutes. All I got out of it was it's deep, it's dark, it's scary. I understood nothing else. So now what ended up happening was the components who were not in the pilot were begging us to give them a briefing. Now, how many of you have begged for a security briefing? Right? So my team, this was not my idea. I am not that brilliant. This was brilliant. How much did it cost? The cost of Ziploc baggies and M&Ms and brain power. You cannot innovate by scheduling it from 8 to 9 on Wednesdays. You have to foster that spirit and culture of independence and innovation and creativity.